Hello and welcome to the demo of Cabernet. Cabernet, I think that's how you pronounce it in English. But yes, so this is a game where you play as a newly made vampire named Lisa. So here, well, you have a choice. You can either try and fight to remain human, or you can let yourself be consumed by your desires, by your needs, and let yourself be consumed by your vampiric nature. So this is a game with a lot of focus on probably choices, where each choice that you make either lets you stay as human or pushes you even further to your vampire side. So yes, the game, as you can probably tell from the logo, the game Cabernet, the game name, that is based off of a wine, Cabernet Sauvignon. So that particular type of wine is, of course, even people I think that don't drink wine, I'm one of them, have heard of a Cabernet Sauvignon. That particular type of wine comes from a vine. I'm not even sure if that's the specific term for it. It comes from a type of grape called the Cépage Noir. So, yeah, and that is from France. France, as you can probably tell from the very French name of Cabernet, right? But yes, so I imagine that because of the name, this might be... So from what I can tell, there's a couple things that I can probably tell from the title, Cabernet. One is Cabernet. This probably takes place in France. Good old France. The second thing is, it's wine. It's a drug. Will she succumb to the temptation of drinking more? Or will she sort of, remain sober and sort of stave off that temptation? So I think the title is meant to be like that, and we can tell from the snake as well. It plays into the tale of Adam and Eve, the creature that tempted Eve, right? And it's coiled around the Cabernet bottle. So I think the Cabernet title refers to that, to those two. But enough yapping on my part. Without further ado, grab a coffee and let's get going. Ooh, nice animations. Is there voice acting? Eastern Europe, end of 19th century. Okay, so we're in the mid-1800s era. Okay, 1800s.
Thank you all for coming here today to say goodbye to my Lisa.
Oh, she straight up died. I thought she would be turned. I thought she would be like she was sleeping and she suddenly got bitten and then she got turned to a thrall or something like that. But she straight up got bit and she's straight up dead. What the heck? I did not expect that.
I never thought I would bury my own daughter, my own blood, my pride, yet... I can't do this. Go, please say something. I just can't.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Lisa. If I may, I won't dwell on the circumstances of her tragic death today. Instead, I'd like us to celebrate her life.
Okay, so this is how we choose stats, right? Right, because we can see the 4 icons. So here, I imagine that he's gonna run through our life and then we can sort of choose what we are.
Despite her obvious calling for medicine, when she was little, I always thought she would become
A musician, a writer, a doctor, a politician. Well, look, this is 2 in line. If it's her obvious calling for medicine, it'll be doctor. I suppose a musician, a muse. Morozova Elizaveta. Oh, that is not français at all. C'est pas français, ça.
a famous musician. You should have seen her with her fiddle when she was only 5. The instrument was half her size. But when she played, oh Lord, did your heart start filling up?
The voice acting is really good in this game. What the heck?
Such a bright girl. Always a top student. Always the pride of her parents.
Oh, there's beef there.
By the time she graduated,
Thirst for scientific word. Oh, thirst for scientific word. Thirst for written word. Scientific mind. The context doesn't make sense. Oh, sure, might as well.
Lisa knew everything there was to learn from books about science in our enlightened age. Laws of physics, human anatomy, chemical solutions, you name it. Every time she went on about this scientist or that discovery, she'd light up like a matchstick. Most of the time I couldn't understand a word of it, but I just nodded along and mused at how bright our girl was. I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first women to achieve that in the whole country. If someone deserved that honor, it was our Lisa. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student.
Or a passionate artist or a true friend. I mean, you know, I guess a true friend, because I want equal stats. As stupid as that may sound, I'm gonna want equal stats. Actually, no, in games where... So I imagine that some decisions are actually locked behind stats, behind like high skill stats. So I don't want to have an equal board across, because it might lock me out of some stuff. Like it might force me to make default decisions. So I'm gonna put passionate artist.
Her violin talents aside, what everybody truly knew her by was her artistic nature and angelic voice. Do you remember her summer night performances at the cabin? Her singing, no matter the song, time or place, it felt like it spoke to you alone. Haunting, otherworldly, beautiful. She was my favorite niece. Let us raise a glass to her. Pour some vodka for Kola, too. He is old enough to send his sister off.
Also, before we move on from this section, I do want to point out my guess of France was completely off, because this is not France at all. You see this symbol with the two horizontal slashes, one diagonal slash, and then one vertical slash. That is a symbol of, well, an Orthodox cross. Which apparently this is not just any Orthodox cross, but the Russian Orthodox cross. I mean, I know you can probably tell from the title, but I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. And so, you know, if you look at the cross, you can probably tell it's the Russian Orthodox cross, which I think I'm actually not too sure which countries are Russian Orthodox besides Russia. Maybe like Estonia has it. I'm not actually too sure. But yeah, this is the Russian Orthodox cross.
A piece of my soul went into the ground with her today, as I'm sure did many of yours. Let those pieces help Lisa, wherever she is now. To Lisa.
Ironically enough, I was also drinking in silence because I muted my mic to sip my coffee.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep. My mother used to sing me this lullaby to comfort me. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had in my entire life. I had a disturbing dream that a string was coming out of my mouth.
What the frick?
When I started pulling it, I realized that it came from all the way down my throat. I kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for fear of burning myself with friction. Finally, the whole string was out. I felt relieved, but also strangely empty. I realized that I was in my bed, with my mother sitting beside me, crying. I didn't know why she was in tears, but I knew it was my fault.
Hey,
Dear Lord.
that's a luxurious place for a casket.
Mom? Cola? My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton.
That's an interesting way to describe vampirism.
Like I slept for days.
Oh, wouldn't you know if you slept for days?
Either this is a nightmare, or I'm in hell. This feels too real to be a dream.
An old but reliable kerosene lamp. Huh.
My medical journal from the academy, and my family medallion.
Someone dug her up.
Who could have brought this here?
Are you not gonna question why you're here? A handcrafted sterling silver medallion gifted to Lisa by her father. Tab. Oh. Yin and yang. That's clever. That's clever. This is her humanity, this is her vampiric side. But I do find it funny that her religion is inherently Russian Orthodox, Russian Orthodox. Yeah, that's right. But then you're using like sort of Buddhism here, or Taoism. Now I actually don't know which religion yin and yang comes from. I know probably should, but one of those two. I think it's Taoism. Oh, interesting. So I assume. Wait, okay. I sort of expected her to have a hunger meter, sort of like a something like, are you like how much are you gonna succumb to your hungers? But
Lilies of the valley, my favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here.
it shouldn't your first question be, why am I in this room? Why are you here?
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this?
What?
Either this is a nightmare.
Oh,
the
oops,
cupboard is locked.
Bad.
Locked.
Walk away. Okay. Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice
Lilies
right
of
now.
the valley, locked.
Let's try calling for help then.
Hello? Anyone?
Interesting.
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this? Hello? Who is this? I'm locked inside. Please help.
Bonjour. Are you still there? Oh, wait. Yeah, of course, this game is voice
Are
acted.
you still there?
Out of habit, I'm reading the things, even though I don't need to. Count Orlok? Suggest signs.
Maybe you can't talk?
Is that your throat?
Please knock twice for yes and once for no. Thank goodness.
She's a doctor. Of course she's smart. Can you help me? Oh, I don't need to read this. Why do I keep
Can you
reading
help
this?
me open the door? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
Will you help me?
No. Can you help? Can you open this door? Yes? Can you? No. Interesting.
What is it that you want from me?
Money, treatment, or favor. So, obviously. Oh, wait. No. The top left should be her hunger. So why would someone purposefully dig her up and turn her into a vampire? A vampire. I suppose it's for maybe a treatment, because she's a doctor. Someone specifically aimed for her. Unless this was just luck, but I think this was a very specific action, so maybe they need her for her skills.
I'm a doctor by trade. I can heal you if you're sick, or come on call anytime, day or night. I don't have much, but I can owe you a favor?
I thought so.
Then it's settled. Whoever you are, do you hear me? If you open this door, I, Elizaveta Morozova, will be in your debt.
That's a nice way to say the name. I can't say that. Interesting. So you're not gonna be human.
What the hell is this? My shoulder just felt like it was burning up. I can't see anything from this angle. I should check up on it later.
Sunlight?
It's open.
Wait, why would it burn?
What have I gotten myself into?
So we know traditionally vampires have... Actually, no. So sunlight, I believe, is not actually one of the vampire rank. What the heck? Earning experience points increases your rank, allowing you to upgrade your skills. Press plus and minus next to the skill you'd like to modify. Once you finish distributing all the points, press accept changes. Not yet. I'm gonna use them appropriately. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna safeguard them for now. Non, je veux pas. Arrête là. Ah merde. Alright. Let's see. So, sunlight, from what I recall, is actually not one of vampires' traditional weaknesses, right? Traditionally, a vampire is weak to the stake to the heart, and then silver, like every other supernatural creature. I'm actually not sure where garlic comes from, but the weakness of sunlight, actually, I believe it was introduced quite recently, because, well, a movie about it actually recently came out about it. That's actually, I believe sunlight was actually introduced as a vampiric weakness from Count Orlok. I think that was actually where the sunlight weakness actually comes from. I believe that comes from Nosferatu. Because I believe that... No, okay, wait. Okay. Okay, so apparently it's not quite... Okay, so I think Count Orlok was one of the first to straight up die in sunlight, but beforehand, because they were creatures of the night, they just got weakened in the sunlight.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
No. Well, rats can.
What a peculiar painting.
Examine expressions.
Husband and wife in the picture don't look very happy. If I had to guess, I'd say it wasn't the perfect marriage.
Is that Vlad the Impaler? Ah, merde. 7? I think that's Vlad the Impaler.
It smells like death here.
Oh, you're probably
Like
smelling
in the
yourself.
academy when we left a cadaver out for too long. Only, it's much worse than that.
So Vlad the Impaler, I believe, inspired Dracula.
There's someone's money in here.
Alright, clash the caches.
I could live on this for a week.
5 coins? 5 coins today? You can't even buy a bubble gum with that.
Tempting, but
Lisa's morality is still shaping. Certain choices will provide you with humanity or nihilism points. Some choices will only become available to Lisa after she reaches certain levels.
I can't take what isn't mine.
It's nihilism, not vampirism. Vampirism?
The mirror is covered by a sheet. People only do that when someone dies.
You are.
Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not get lost and trapped inside.
Well, if you peel it off, you're not gonna see yourself.
Silly superstition, of course.
So the myth that, so the reason why vampires actually don't see themselves in mirrors in most media is because back in the past, mirrors were actually just one smooth sheet of silver. And as we've come to know, silver is a weakness of the supernatural, right? And because it's their weakness, they can't see themselves in mirrors because it was just silver. But nowadays, mirrors aren't one smooth sheet of silver anymore. They're mirrors. I don't know what mirrors do, but they're mirrors. They're not silver anymore. So I assume that in the modern eras, vampires can actually see themselves in mirrors just because they're not silver anymore. Remove the covers. Yes.
We live in the age of science where there's no room for this nonsense. What is this? Where is my reflection? I can't see myself. It must be a trick mirror. Eerie. It's hard to say without seeing the face, but this dress. Could it be the same girl from the first painting?
Oh, did I already do that?
Could it be
Wait,
the
why
same
can't you-
girl from the
Why can't you remake the same choices? That's a weird choice.
This is unbearable. I'm a doctor. I can get through this.
What I like
I
about,
just need to look straight ahead.
notice the animation. Like, she's clearly moving, but there's also an inherent eeriness to it, where it looks like she's gliding, because her posture is mainly straight. So it looks like she's just gliding through things, which adds to the eeriness overall. I know it's probably just, I don't know. I know it's probably not intentional, but I think it helps a lot.
Give me strength, no matter what is on the other side. What in heavens is all this?
Higher society.
I will make sense of all this later.
Oh, are you all vampires?
Something is wrong. My head is spinning. I feel the floor slipping from under my feet.
Would you look at her? How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's manor in such a filthy outfit?
She must be a nihilist. It's spreading all over the country like a plague.
You two don't know what you're talking about. It's the latest rage in Paris now. The dirtier, the better.
No, they're definitely human. They're definitely human. I thought that they would be supernatural, but their skin isn't pale enough.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital.
I think.
You lucky devil. I've been stuck here for years. I swear, I'd dull my fangs just to spend a night in the city.
Never mind. I think they're all vampires. I would like to retract my statement. I think they're all vampires.
Miss, are you all right?
Mind your own business, Petya. It's rude to stare at a lady.
Sorry.
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Ah, but the blood. The blood looks
I know
absolutely
it's not ideal,
ravishing.
Countess Orlova, but I'm afraid there is not much we can do at this point.
Of course now there bloody isn't. The right time to act was last week. I don't understand where this influx of product is coming from. It's undercutting our prices. Where were you when I... Who is this creature?
Oh, hi. I woke in your basement.
Darling, you look like a little domovoy.
Arqua? Hold up. Domovoy. Terms. In Slavic mythology, a domovoy is a house spirit that watches over a dwelling and has a significant impact on the family's life and well-being. If pleased, a domovoy may be of tremendous value to the inhabitants of a house, but if they upset him or if he simply has a bad temper, it may lead to lost items, illnesses, poverty, and other misfortunes. Sometimes people leave food or other gifts for a domovoy to get on their good side. They are often visually represented as covered in soot and dirt. Okay. I think I've heard of them before. Okay.
Come over here. I don't bite.
Hello?
Okay. Introduce yourself. Yes, I will, actually.
I'm Elisa.
You must be the doctor's new apprentice. Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
Oh. Okay, it's definitely Doctor, okay.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you.
No.
How typical. No surprise with the men around here. Hussar, why is she in such a state?
She was not supposed to wake.
I'd love to catch you up, dear, but sadly I have some urgent business to attend to, thanks to this gentleman over here.
Wait, so she wasn't supposed to be turned?
Hussar, be a darling and show this young lady around once she's decent.
As you wish, madam. If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony. You can find me there.
You're excused.
Wait, didn't she just tell you to attend
If
to
I
me?
recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here, drink this.
Thank you. May I ask what this is?
If you know too much, you'll grow old sooner. Trust me, it will lift your spirits.
Okay, I don't have a choice. Hold to drink from the glass.
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious. It's sweet and thick and tastes like cherry and wild strawberries.
Alright, alright, I'm convinced. I want to become a
Thank
vampire
you.
now.
I do feel a lot better all of a
That
sudden.
does sound like good flavor. What the heck? Why is your glass full?
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs.
You drank so much and your glass is still full. Unbelievable.
There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom. Consider this my welcome gift.
Thank you
Yippee.
kindly, madam.
Je sais pas ton nom là. Okay. Merde. Oh, Countess? Orlova. Okay. I know I'm cheating, but whatever.
Madam Orlova.
You're welcome, child. Now off you go, change and mingle. Time is money.
Chop chop, child. Oh, shift. Zoom zoom. So the balcony. Alright, balcony.
Countess is right. I should get dressed before exploring.
What is a cloakroom? Here, probably. I imagine.
Another cloth on a mirror. Something bad must have happened.
Well, it's not like you can do
That
anything.
should do it, hopefully.
Yeah, it's not like you can do much. How'd you?
I can't go out there like this. I'm not decent.
How'd you scrub the dirt from your clothing?
Goodness. This must be the dress the Countess was talking about. Such an ornate Western style. It must cost a small fortune. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown, but this is just too much.
That's a nightgown? How's that a nightgown? I don't know fashion, but that's way too intricate to be a nightgown as well. Oh. Oh, well, would you look at that? Huh. I mean, I suppose there are more skirts on this. This is one skirt, so yeah. Oh, interesting. They are stat boots. Guys, Western style gown for formal soiree. This only happened. Okay, so this, because I do design, I know this. This only happens if you use a font that doesn't support accents, right? So in this case, it should be an accent aigu. Yeah, it should be an accent aigu, which is like the accent is pointed towards the right. So if you don't know, this should be Western style gown for formal soiree. Soirees, I guess, if you're English, but we don't pronounce S's in French. So Western style gown for formal soiree. Comfortable nightgown for a deep slumber. Oh, very deep slumber.
It's perfect. Fits like a glove.
Now you're starting to look like a proper Victorian era vampire.
The Countess sure has excellent taste in literature. In other circumstances, I'd spend all day here reading.
La Comtesse? Okay. I suppose I should go and mingle. Oh, that's not
I still
creepy
don't
at
know
all.
what's happening here. Or at least I hope I don't. But delaying the inevitable is just tying my stomach in knots.
I think your stomach, your organs are quite literally always in knots. Have you seen organs? Like, they're always going everywhere. Like, what is this? That sounds morbid.
I need to find that young man and learn the truth.
Dear sir, what are you doing? Unbelievable. Disgusting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's not.
Please tell me you have some good news for me. It's been 2 weeks since the last Cabernet shipment. The clientele is very unhappy.
I did manage to get in touch with the vendor. He says the conditions for harvesting are getting even worse, thus the interruption. We did reach an agreement though. They are happy to continue, but from now on, it'll be an extra 5 coins per bottle.
Oh, thank goodness. At this point, honestly, whatever it takes. Another week and the Countess would have fried me.
Okay, interesting. So, their code word for blood is Cabernet, which makes sense because it's a red wine. Some interactions cost action points? Interesting. Very interesting. Some actions Lisa performs take time. These interactions will be marked with a special stopwatch symbol. Each night Lisa can spend up to 3 action points. Once the action is complete, an action point will be taken. The night will move on to the next phase.
Good evening, Hussar.
Ah, there's our belle of the ball. Lisa, right?
Can you be less of a douchebag, dear sir?
You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
Dear Lord, you are unbelievably despicable. I can't return the compliment.
I wish I could return the compliment, but you look quite pale and dreary. Must be from all that tobacco.
I like a lady with a sharp tongue. However, I'm afraid my paleness doesn't come from smoking. Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now, haven't you?
Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
I'd rather not guess. Please, just tell me straight. Who are you?
Simply, we are vampires.
As are you.
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just fine.
I'm not taking opinions from you, douchebag. I'm sorry. Am I? Well, yes. Yeah, I'll move on from that. Defense mechanism, science 5.
Does this mean I'm dead?
Yeah, I'm doing that just for experience points, just so we know.
I don't even remember how it happened. Must be some sort of a defense mechanism that suppresses a traumatic experience.
That actually does happen quite a bit. That memory usually comes back soon enough.
What about my family? When can I see them?
Never.
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that.
Of course, of course.
It's true, too.
I can't just leave them like this. They have to know I'm all right.
Oh, you're not all right at all.
Look, I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit another time.
Your name? We already know your name.
I
don't
have
even know.
so many questions.
See, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, he's definitely leaning more on the nihilistic side of things. Oh, man.
Theory is not my forte. I'm a proponent of learning by doing.
Clearly have not spoken to a lot of women before. If you have to learn by doing to speaking to women, except that you speak like a douchebag, and therefore you cannot have spoken to a lot of women. Counterpoint. Sorry.
Why don't you go talk the ears off some other guests while I finish smoking in peace?
I hope you turn to ash. I hope you become the smoke that becomes the next cigarette. Or something like that. I don't know.
After that, I can show you what it's really like to be one of us.
I suppose I can do that. Could you at least tell me a little bit about the people, the guests in there?
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own.
Countess won't be happy.
What is it?
I do recall the Countess saying that you should help me.
I wonder if the Countess would approve of you pushing your responsibilities off to a bunch of strangers.
My girl.
Well played. Fine. Let me think for a moment about our fun little group here. You've already met the Countess, so that's a big plus. Not everyone gets to do that in their first month, let alone first day. Who else would you like to know about?
Sure.
Who is the intense lady with the purple hair?
That's Elisa. She is quite important around here. I'd try to start out on the right foot with her if I were you.
Also, where'd you get the fan from? Is that included with the dress? Okay.
What could you tell me about the woman in the pink dress?
You must mean Arbin. You know, they say she was born somewhere far to the east. That broad has been around for.
Hey, we don't use that word
Probably
here.
has a tale or two to share.
Whoa. That's not. No, don't say that word. Whoa. Hussar? No. I know this is probably period appropriate, but still. No.
What about the young man who asked about my health?
Who? Oh, you must mean Petya. He is just a human. Elisa brought him in for fun. He is such a card and has absolutely no clue.
Oh, that's.
That sounds cruel.
Ugh, don't be like that. It's all in good fun.
Oh, and he's gonna be ripped to shreds. Also, why is the text bar weird? Like, why is the purple background like sort of stretched to one side, but then it's not fully stretched to one side? move on. Yes, I will move. Oh, can't. Okay, fine.
I suppose that's everyone of note, really. Besides me, of course.
I don't want to note you.
Of course. All right. Thank you kindly. I'll be back soon enough.
No rush, please.
Oh, believe me, I'm in no rush to consult you.
Come on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
My lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like, too much fun for the night.
Fine. Get lost then. Be on your merry way. Who knew that the second time I die would be of boredom?
Fun. You're very fun. You're a fun character.
Now, would you look at this pretty picture? I could barely recognize you from before. Where did you get this dress?
It's a gift from the Countess. She is very generous.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
Lisa, it's a pleasure.
Oh, we have Elisa, and then we have another Lisa. Wow. Huh. Which would she appreciate more? I suppose, she didn't seem the type of person to give advice.
May I ask who was the young man you talked with earlier?
Who, Petya? Why, are you interested?
Goodness, no. I was just making conversation.
Don't be shy. We're not attached. Petya is human. I picked him up at the town market.
She's sounding like she's picking up groceries, which I guess is quite appropriate for, them.
He is a salesman. A ridiculously bad one at that.
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn.
A turn for what?
To spice up the eternity.
Oh, okay, we can ask both. Interesting. Spice up the eternity. What is that supposed to mean? Are they gonna rip him to shreds at the end of the night? That's one of my fears. I feel like they're gonna rip him to shreds at the end of the night.
So, I've just been turned today.
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. Thrilling, even.
Oh, I can just sense the sarcasm off your voice.
I'm envious, really.
Are you sure?
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure how to process all this yet.
Yeah, you're taking this very well. You're like, I am a vampire. Okay.
What does one even do with this? Being dead, drinking blood, who knows what else?
Same thing anyone around here does.
Live.
Masticating plain eternity day after day. Spicing it up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we? What else is there to lose?
I suppose eternity is quite boring.
Do you fancy a round?
Maybe some other time.
Suit yourself.
So, it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live.
I suppose that's an important distinction.
But then again, few do.
Exist? Oh.
Does this mean that we can't, stop existing?
I step out in the sun, I suppose.
Oh, sweetheart. There is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
You guys take fall damage? What the heck?
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side, do you consider your existence more valuable?
Well, here's the thing. Right? Their eternity is fickle. They can choose when to stop being eternal. That's not true eternity. Like, if at any point you're just tired, right? Especially because Lisa still has ties to her earthly side, right? She still has her family around, right? She can still observe them from a distance. Like, if at any point she wants to be like, oh man, this sucks. Like, I'm watching the people I love just grow old, and they wither, and they die, and it's like, this sucks. You can always just end it off there. Whereas with maybe some other supernatural creatures, you might not have that option. You might have to just suffer through and dredge through eternity, actually. Like, watch things change without, like, anything. It probably sucks. Really does. Yeah, which is interesting. I suppose so.
I suppose infinite time does add some gravity to it.
I see. In that case, how would you compare the value of your new existence to, say, Petia's?
Oh, no, petty enough. I would say Pelias is more valuable because his time is finite. Yes, okay, this is gonna be dark. Yes, he can choose when to die, but at the end of the day, he will die. That's the difference. I can choose when to die, but I don't necessarily have to die or cease existing.
I'd have to say Petia's. Like you said, what I have now isn't really life.
Fair enough. Still, it's an interesting thought experiment, isn't it?
Indeed. Excuse me. I think someone is calling for me.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Relationships. Hussar. You suck. 50, huh?
Have you tried the Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
I don't like this guy.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Arbin.
Hi, I just got turned today.
I'm Lisa. Good evening to you too.
You don't sound so sure. Is it really a good one for you?
Oh, well, you know, I died. I can't see my family anymore. I'm some sort of immortal vampiric creature now. At least I got this swell dress. Like, holy crap.
You're right.
Trip.
If I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. My advice is always be honest, unless you absolutely can't be. In the end, it does make everyone feel better.
That's a good piece of advice.
Stick with me, lovely. I'm chock full of them.
I couldn't help but overhear that you are a wine expert?
Oh, very different wine.
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must come by.
You'd be surprised, my dear, and mildly disappointed.
Because they're all vampires.
I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a round of something nice.
I'll make sure to visit.
Side quests. Oh, there's side quests. Fascinating. Besides experiencing the main story, Lisa, I think, is encouraged to explore town and meet other characters. Depending on the character, Lisa may sometimes need to meet certain criteria, such as specific skill or morality levels, in order to start or continue with their quests. Go for a walk. Oh, is this a dating game? I didn't even realize that.
Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the Countess gave me?
Oh, it's from the finest of humans.
I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't really wine, was it?
This is taking you a very long time to piece this together, Lisa. I mean, just the consistency and just the general, like, appearance of it, right? Wine has a slight translucent look to it, right? Blood is very thick. Like, it's so thick, it's so gross.
It was not. Cabernet was sort of our code word for blood, so we don't shock any innocents. And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works, isn't it?
That is true, that's true. Language, changes as It's sort of like memes, right? Where like things get adapted, they change over time. That's how language works.
Yes. Funny.
Like the funny, like generally funny means like right, that's that's humorous. But then funny can also mean like that's funny. Like depending on the intonation, you can sort of gear it towards like, oh, that's weird, right? So language is sort of a fickle thing, right? Just like symbols. I mean, at its core, language is symbols, right? Words are just symbols. They're just written. There's weird assembled symbols. Symbols are constantly ever changing, right? Advice for a new
Arbin,
vampire.
I've only just been turned, and all of this is very new to me. May I trouble you for some advice?
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
Uncle? Oh, father.
Yes. My father. What?
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry.
You aren't clairvoyant, are you?
I accidentally clicked too fast. My bad.
Everyone becomes a little clairvoyant if they live long enough and pay attention. I saw you drinking that glass earlier, and I think you should be careful around it, my dear.
Oh, so earlier on, I think I held the left click for too long, held my mouse for too long. So I think at any point you could have stopped, but I filled it up because I wanted you to listen to the rest of her voice lines. That's why.
Alcohol's my father's problem. It isn't mine.
Oh well, it can become anyone's problem.
It's not just alcohol you should be concerned about.
It's a temptation. It's the desire. It's the all-consuming need.
You can keep away from it if you want. Blood, however, you will now have to drink, whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Well, like Elisa said, well, if you don't drink blood, and every couple of days you wither and fade.
Demons are hereditary, my dear. Always remember that.
Oh no.
Well, I should get going.
Good luck. I have a feeling we'll see each other soon.
No. One last discussion, I suppose.
I do actually have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good opportunity strikes. You never know. Look
Yeah,
into
you're
her
cool.
eyes. Doesn't she look alive to you? Like she's going to blink?
Yes,
Negative
well,
Riz.
apologies.
Petya.
Petya, we should probably go and discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'd love to meet her as...
Yeah, we'll take swing around a doll as
I don't know how, but I can just sense that he is not one of us. Such a strange feeling. Attraction? No, but something very similar.
I imagine it's the more unsavory part of that. It's more of the consummation. I don't know what to call it. The hunger. You can tell because he's flowing with life and not death.
He is most certainly human.
Oh, hello. It's you, lady in the nightgown.
You have the least amount of aura I've ever seen.
How are you feeling? I was really worried.
Okay, that's nice of you, but still, I don't want to look at your doll, man.
Much better. Thank you. I'm Lisa, by the way.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my illness.
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here, just all very busy. The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
I don't suppose you know how age group works, how a target audience works, Petya. Matilda.
Did you say you're selling dolls?
And making them, yes?
Oh, craftsman.
I see you have one with you. May I take a look?
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. I'd love to get some honest feedback. Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's just lovely. So detailed and human-like. She reminds me of the one I had when I was a little girl.
That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Thank you.
Then why are you selling it to grown adults, Petya?
I knew someone here would appreciate it. I'm hoping to show her to the Countess. With her approval, the sky's the limit.
Or the grave.
You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy. My father always called this foolishness, among other things. Said it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him otherwise.
I guess. I guess this is very reflective of that era.
I'm sorry. That must have been tough.
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. Just you wait.
Let me cook. If this game was set in the 2000s, let me cook. 2020s, rather.
My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something special, and it's never wrong.
Oh boy. Oh, your gut is also gonna get spilled, I feel like.
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and saw some real potential in my work.
No.
She said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it, and you didn't have to ask me twice.
I see. How is pitching going so far?
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
You are an optimistic guy, aren't you, Petya?
My mother used to say that my hope will be the death of me.
Oh god, that's so many death flags. What the heck? There's so many death flags. This guy's a walking death flag. I almost said red flag, but that's a different thing. This guy's a walking death flag.
But what's the point of living if you don't believe in people and yourself?
Every sentence this guy says is like, I'm gonna die soon.
You may be right about that. At least I truly hope you are. Best of luck with everything, Petya. Hope everything works out with the Countess.
Oh, he's getting turned into Cabernet.
Thank you,
man.
Lisa. You're very kind.
I almost said he's getting turned into a car, but that's not appropriate. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait là? Return to Hussar, okay. Alright, dingbag, I'm back.
Good timing. I just finished up.
You're still blowing smoke in my face. Stop that.
Yes, how lucky.
Don't be snappy, Lisa. Smoking is an important routine for a soldier. Can't be interrupted.
Right. Which
a
division?
Soldier, huh? And which division were you in exactly?
We can talk about the divisions some other time, perhaps.
Oh, you've been let go, I suppose.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Basement.
What is going on in the basement of the manor? It's absolutely terrifying down there.
Oh yes, the basement. If I were you, I would just forget all about it.
Excuse me?
All I know is that Countess conducts her business and she doesn't enjoy people meddling in it.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first place?
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it, may I ask?
Let's not focus on casting blame, shall we? I say all's well that ends well.
Of course, of course.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
No. Oh.
Who ended up letting me out of the chamber?
If I'm honest, I haven't the foggiest idea. I thought you knew.
Well, I don't. And whoever it was gives me the goosebumps. On top of everything, I ended up promising them a favor and felt a bad burn on my shoulder right after that.
Oh, you know what? That probably it's probably like an oath, like a seal type of deal. Like in terms of like dark magic, that type of thing. Usually, if you sign a contract, like there's like a mark that's meant to like signify like something, right?
Do you know what it could possibly be?
Let me take a look. Oh, brother.
What? What is it?
It could be nothing, really. No need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor when you see him, alright?
Oh.
All right.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
If vampires are real, does this mean other fairy tales are?
You'll have to be more specific than that.
Rusalkas? Domovoys? Ghosts?
Rusalka. The Rusalka is a creature commonly associated with the water, possessing the visage. Why did I mix French and English with that? English would be visage, I think, and French would be visage of a young woman. That's French for face. Some regional folklore even describes it as displaying characteristics of a I don't know how to say this word, nature, while older texts often speak of its benevolent nature, guiding the harvest and spurring fertility, the Rusalka has become more frequently linked to death and drowning, a restless spirit seeking revenge for wrongs committed.
Yes, no, yes. We'll spend all night here if we keep talking about flora and fauna.
Wait, the Domovoy isn't real? No, my boy.
If you want my advice, focus on yourself first. That always ends up working for me. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
No.
I suppose that's it for the time being.
He's like, thank God.
Perfect.
Oh, close enough.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you make of all this? I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom. Learned a little more about what it's like to be one of us.
Keeping an open mind. I'm dead.
Well,
okay.
I'm obviously still in shock, but
Yes?
from a scientific perspective, I have to admit I'm curious. This is certainly a unique condition we are in. Oh, I'd love to learn more about it for my studies.
I'm impressed. I can certainly see now why the doctor chose you as his apprentice. All right. Have you read Thunderstorm?
I'm not so sure. Why?
Well, unlike Katerina in the play, you no longer need to wonder why people can't fly.
I don't understand that reference.
How did you do that?
I would just doink him and just chuck him.
By sheer will, Lisa. It's very simple.
How were you even talking with me in such a state?
Telepathy.
That's yet another benefit of being one of us. We can project our thoughts into people's minds.
Okay, I was a bit too on the point with
I
that.
prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Why don't you do it all the time then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident. Now, why don't you try it? Let's see what kind of bat you are.
Oh, can I get like the white little small bat? Oh, fascinating. Ooh. I thought that oh, that's clever. It's meant to look like a scythe, but also it's a bat.
Goodness.
No, it's a cute little bat.
Isn't this a hoot? Come on, I'll show you around.
Bat indicator in the bottom left of the screen informs whether bat shifting is currently possible. To land while in bat shape, descend on the surface from above until a landing circle appears underneath you. Si usa. Oh, here.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
You're so slow.
All this talk about death. Don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now?
Interesting.
Shh. There. Look.
A human.
If only I have 3 coins to my name, then I'd show them. They'd all see.
Is this what you wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
A drunk peasant? She said that with such disgust. A drunk peasant? Ew.
What I wanted to show you is how to use your new powers. Meet Trophime. He is the Countess's former serf, now custodian and coachman. Among other things, he makes sure no one goes in or out of here without her permission. Important man. Now, come with me.
You're very
How
inattentive.
is life, Trophime?
My lord, is that you? Or the bottle you gave me? Highest quality. Much obliged.
I can see that. It's nearly empty already. All right, enough pleasantries. Watch this.
What happened to him? Is he all right?
Oh, Punder. Yeah, I would become a thrall.
He is fine. We call this enchantment.
How does it work? Who does it work on?
What does enchantment do, exactly?
It makes people tranquil. While they are in trance, they don't feel pain or have a clear memory of what happened.
So they don't remember anything once they're enchanted?
How long does it take until I level up? Oh, I could have done that.
Not quite. They may not remember what happened, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
Sounds like a subject for some awkward conversations.
You don't know the half of it yet. You'll see.
I like that.
So, how do I enchant someone? I don't know if I can whistle like you.
Don't worry. Whistling is just for me. It's like a cure for the hiccups. Everybody has their own way.
Oh, I'll enchant you. Punches someone in the face.
When you need it, it will come to you.
Does this mean you can just come up to anybody and make them tranquil?
In theory, but it's not quite that simple. Firstly, they have to like you, an important condition. Without it, the charm won't work. Secondly, you should only do it to humans.
So it doesn't work on other vampires?
Oh, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
I look, man.
There are rumors that the best of the best can indeed enchant their own kind. But I don't even know if the Countess has that kind of power. Besides, this would certainly not be considered ethical by our vampire brothers and sisters.
Well, you know.
I bet they wouldn't mind to have that power, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
So why would you want to enchant someone?
Well, blood.
I thought you might ask that. There are 2 main reasons. 1. People in a trance are easily suggestible. You can use that to influence their thoughts and opinions.
Ooh, you want to buy me a new car? Ooh.
And what is the second reason?
I think you already know.
I don't know why.
What have you done?
The blood splatter just made me laugh. I don't know why.
I just opened him up for you. Don't worry, he'll be just fine unless we bleed him dry. Come here. It's time for you to learn how to feed.
I don't know if I'm ready.
You're as ready as you'll ever be.
How do I turn?
Just relax and let your instincts take over. It will come naturally.
My mouth, it's bleeding.
Of course, I forgot to warn you. Sorry. Don't worry, it's normal. That happens when your fangs are out for the first time.
Or is it because your gums are just like exploding?
It will recover in a minute.
Yum yum. Oh, whoops.
His skin smells like wild berries.
That's a bit too many details.
But not just the smell. The promise of warmth that draws you. The promise of being whole.
Too many details, lady.
I want to feel it on my teeth. In my body.
Sacré bleu. Hey, merde, that's,
No. I can't do this. I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry.
All right. But if the Countess asks, promise you'll say that you've done it. I don't want to get in trouble because you chickened out.
I promise.
Remember, you have to learn to do it to survive. I better get back to my other errands. Don't want to get my tunic wet. Do you remember the way back?
Yeah.
I do. Hussar?
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. I had a rough day and it means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. I ended up having a decent time myself. I'll see you soon.
Soon? Not I'll see you around?
I should get back to the manor and talk with the Countess. I'll process this all later.
Hey.
Where will I live? What's next? There's so much I have to sort out first.
Hussar, the guy is still...
Hussar said I can influence someone who is enchanted. I should try it on Trophine.
I was gonna mention, like, he's still enchanted. Vampires have the ability to impress certain things on the subconscious of their victims. In order to do that, approach the enchanted victim in your human form and press left mouse button once you see the hypnotism icon. The victim can't be hypnotized more than once a day.
Can you hear me, Trophine? Here is something I'd like you to do.
Stop drinking.
You will start pacing your drinking.
Why did I know that she was going to do that? I thought she was going to do that. Good. Now, let's go. Goodbye, Trophime. Drink less. Live longer.
What was that?
Oh, Petya's dead. Petya's dead. He's so dead. He's so dead. He's so cooked.
Looks like the banquet is over. Someone is still inside, though. Locked.
I don't understand. How could this even happen?
Did you have no self-control at all?
Petya's so dead.
What is this?
I told you there were so many red I think everyone just knew there's so many red flags to this. I'm gonna leave Petya alone because I want to traumatize Lisa.
Locked.
Oh, fine. Okay.
It's Petya's doll, Matilda. This is so unsettling.
Do I have to traumatize poor Lisa?
Locked.
I suppose I'll have to traumatize her.
What is this? My God!
Relationship map dead. I'm sorry, that's mean. Oh God, you're just straight up dead.
Locked. What the hell happened here?
It's all Victoria's fault. I told her he's almost empty, but she wouldn't listen.
What do you want from me? I was starving, and you two barely left me anything.
Doesn't matter now. We drained a man. Not anywhere, but at the Countess's manor. Someone is gonna fry for this, and it sure as hell won't be me.
Are you mad? No one's going to be executed for this. He's just a human.
You monsters. How could you do this?
And who are you exactly?
That's right. Hasn't been a vampire for 5 minutes and thinks she knows everything.
Come with me, my dear. This is not your mess to sort out.
Locked.
Okay. Okay, we all knew he was
Those
gonna die.
morons. I knew I couldn't leave them alone with him.
I just can't seem to make sense of it. I talked with Petya not even an hour ago.
I'm so sorry. He didn't need to die today.
What do you think will happen to those three outside?
Murdering a human, sadly, isn't a big crime in our community. I don't think it will come to that.
Frying someone. Oh, I get it, because frying, so it means they're getting tossed out in the sun.
If I had my guess, I'd say they will get their fangs dulled for troubling the Countess. They will grow back after a month or two, but before then, they will have to feed solely on Cabernet, and it isn't cheap.
What if they can't afford it?
So instead of draining blood, they're getting their wallets drained.
They will just have to find a way. Some take loans, some steal. Without blood, we are like humans without water.
Which means that we can survive for about 3 days without water. Approximately, average, right?
Arbin?
Yes?
Do you know what will happen to me now? I don't even know who I am anymore. What do I do? Where do I live?
I understand it's not an easy day. We all went through this at some point. All the answers will come at the right time. For now, you just need to wait it out till someone sends for you.
I must admit, I feel quite restless.
Listen, not many of us might say this to you, so I want to do it.
Oh, you're screwed, girl.
Being one of us doesn't just mean hurting people for your own benefit. It doesn't have to be.
You can spend your eternity helping others.
To me, it means that I have an eternity to become better, learn from my mistakes, absorb the knowledge about the world.
That's pretty much what I said.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
You know, the Countess has a wonderful library over here. Why don't you grab a book and use this time to learn something new?
Okay.
Perfection comes in little steps.
That's true. Chef Marco Pierre White actually says perfection is a lot of little things done well.
Thank you for all your help and kindness, Arbin. It feels really good to have a friend around here.
Oh, you had a friend, except he's dead, so.
I know it can't be easy for you right now in all this madness. It's hard to adjust. I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Here, I want you to have this.
Small vial with blood sustains you for a day.
This should give you a little boost when you need it. Clear your head. It's not going to last long, but it will give you a little peace of mind for the time being.
Oh, I see. So the glass on the top left is I mean, I already said this. It's our meter, right? So that's when we need to feed. Okay.
I should go now, my dear. You know where to find me. Next time, a drink at my bar is on me.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Okay, the seagull, the red and the black, an epic poem telling the story of the love between angel and mortal woman. The seagull, a play about four artists and their conflicts, both in relationships and arts. The strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a man tries to untangle the mysterious relationship between his client, Dr. Jekyll, and the vicious thug, Mr. Hyde, to whom he has bequeathed his estate. A poor but ambitious man attempts to climb the ranks of society while becoming embroiled in politics and romance. Ah, well. Oh. What is my weakest stat right now? My weakest stat is currently literature and writing, so I will have to beef it up a bit. Literature and writing. Here. A starry glow shines from his eyes. His cheeks are deathly white, a lifeless thing in living guise, a youth born of the night. Eminescu.
My fault. Stop blaming me for everything.
I should see what all this ruckus is about.
She got her fangs dulled.
This is.
You'll make choices in Cabernet, some of little, some of big consequence. You will not always know which one is which. Some of these symbols will be marked on the screen by the symbol.
Fresh. What in the world caused this? My God, what happened here?
Idiots being punished for their own stupidity.
Did you kill them?
I took that snake's fangs out. We'll see how she does now. I wasn't sure what to do when I saw him, but then I thought about something you said earlier.
His life is more valuable.
Really? What was it?
That mortal life has the same value as eternal existence.
I didn't say that. I said it was more valuable.
I don't know if it's true, but it certainly helped me find my rage. Still, this isn't going to bring him back.
Oh, she feels. I thought that she was cold, but turns out she's actually okay.
I'm so sorry about Petya. He seemed like such a nice boy.
It was always a risk. Life goes on. Whatever it is we have.
She's definitely more of a nihilist.
But thank you. You must be curious about what happens to you now.
Yeah?
I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
The way it works is that you get assigned to the one who turned you for the apprenticeship. I believe you are the doctor's disciple.
I don't really remember much before I woke up. The doctor.
Doctor who?
He was a traveling doctor that came to the city, wasn't he? He was a vampire?
He certainly was. It will all come back eventually. Don't worry about it now.
Why did this pop up? Oh, death amnesia. Okay, I don't know why. Oh, because when I click. Oh, that's clever. So I don't have to tap, and then it directly goes to the article. That's sick.
Countess has a coachman, Trophime. He will take you to the doctor's place in town. He is rough around the edges, but you can learn a lot from him.
May I speak with the Countess herself?
You need to be a little more important for that to happen. Trust me, she'll send for you soon. She has errands for us all. You will be no exception.
I understand.
Good girl. You should go. Trophime will be waiting for you, and the sun is not getting any lower. I've unlocked the door by the balcony. It'll lead you to the stairs and outside.
Thanks.
Hey, Lisa?
Yes?
Never mind.
What?
What is it?
You've only turned recently. When was the last time you watched the sunrise?
Oh, that's sad. That's true. They can't watch the sunrise.
It must have been a couple weeks ago. I was studying late for my exams.
What did it feel like?
Well, I was worried about the day to come, and when a ray of sun fell on my face, I don't know.
That's true. One of my favorite days, one of the favorite things about the day is just watching the sunset as well as the sunrise, because that's when it's the most beautiful. You see this myriad of colors, and it's just, I don't know, it's so refreshing to see like the end, or like the start of a new cycle to the day, right? The end of the day where you get another chance, depending on if it's a sunrise or a sunset.
I felt warm, hopeful. Why do you ask?
No reason. It's just, been a while since I've seen one. You will hear from the Countess soon.
I'm sure I will.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you. Could you please take this ugly doll with you? I can't keep looking into its dead eyes.
That's the wrong it's. That is, it is. That's the contraction of it is. It's not the right it's.
Does it remind you of Petya?
Just take it with you, please.
Aw, I will.
All right, I will.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
I swear it just blinked.
Favorite creation of the deceased Petya? That was pretty solid. Pretty solid. That just kicked me out. I wanted to review it. That's pretty solid. Obviously, it's more narrative driven, right? There's really not much gameplay elements as of right now, right? But there is it seems that it might be a bit open world ish, right? You have the main events, and you also have all these side quests, and you can also have like different abilities to travel around. Like this, it seems like a pretty large undertaking, but I'm interested. I very am interested in this. Like you probably know me by now. I love my visual novels. Yeah, so far the characters are definitely, they're nice. They're nice. I like the ways that the characters are written. They're all distinctly their own characters, and I like this portrayal of vampires, because usually vampires in a lot of media, they're very bloodthirsty. They're all just murder machines. Here they're shown to have some flickers of humanity. They have sympathy, they have compassion, they have all of those things. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing that bothers me with a lot of how people usually see vampires, is that, you know, they're like, especially in the older times, right? They're like, oh, vampires, they're also like, oh, there's bloodthirsty monsters. But at the end of the day, if they need blood to survive, then they're just trying to survive, right? They're not necessarily doing it out of malice. They're doing it to survive. Those three, they obviously got overwhelmed by their desires, right? By their hunger, which is all of us, right? So they're not necessarily like monsters. They're just creatures trying to survive, right? They're not like sinners. They're not like sinful creatures. They're just like us. And I like that. I like that depiction a lot. They're not necessarily malevolent. They're just there. They need to survive, and that's that. So I like that side of them. I like the personalities of each creature. Right? Of not each creature. That's really rude. Of each character. I do like the addition of the vampiric ability. Seems like we have a lot of freedom in this game, which I quite enjoy. The writing of this game and the script otherwise, it's good. It's actually good. Like, the voice acting as well is good. So overall, there's quite a lot to actually look forward in this game. The art style, the animations of this game, all very good. So overall, this has been a very polished experience. Like, I didn't know what to expect from this game, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's genuinely, surprisingly, like, this caught me off guard. Like, I didn't know what to expect from it, but it's genuinely pretty good. Besides that, yeah, overall, I'm pretty excited for where this game is going, because there seems to be, it seems to be like, it's gonna be a pretty big story, right? We have, obviously, Lisa going through her apprenticeship with the doctor, and then we also have to solve whatever marked her, whatever she signed a pact with. So there's that. So there seems to be a lot of things going on right now. It seems that it might be a relatively large story with a lot of characters, because again, there's like 2 pages worth of characters, and I think it's like 12 characters per page, or no, it's 8 characters per page, I think, which makes about 16 characters in total. So I think it's gonna be a large story, a large world, and I think I'm gonna enjoy every bit of it just because of the amount of maybe potential freedom that we're gonna get with it from the side quests, from exploration maybe, and then just from the abilities that we have, because we have all the scroll wheel of vampiric abilities. So overall, seems like we're in for a treat, and I'm really excited for it. So yeah, this has been the demo for Cabernet. So yeah, if you're interested in it, please play the demo on Steam, and yeah, we should list it if this strikes your fancy. And so yeah, I think that about wraps up for me today. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been the demo for Cabernet. And so yeah, hope everyone has a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when and where you are. And see you guys next time. Bye bye. See you and take care. Bye.